Welcome back, everybody, to Insanity Check Radio. I am Skillet Sauce. It's Ken and 8 over there. Remember to check us out on our YouTube channel, Insanity Check Radio, Twitter at Insanity Check 12, and Facebook, Insanity Check. And, I just told him I did an experiment because, I'm trying to get up with the social Joneses. And I actually, for my own personal Skillet Sauce Google Plus site, push something out there just to see, if I can get some more penetration. Come on, man, you slow, man. I set you up, man. Come on.
Listen, I'm so used to it by now. You're pushing things out. You're getting penetration.
I'm feeding you good material, man. Any case, yeah. So we pretty much are gonna have a Google Plus channel for Insanity Check Radio. So look for that, I guess, in the coming days.
Coming soon.
Yep. So speaking of eating and nasty shit.
Skillet bought a vintage Insanity Check story.
Yeah, man.
Feel free.
Well, I just started off with prostitute bites off man's penis, charged with attempted murder. And the first thing that struck me with this thing, you're seeing the picture now, is do you remember that day we went out with Kiss and we were underneath the 3 train we was driving around, and that busted asshole?
That Sasquatch with furry slippers on?
Let me explain to you. This is how bad things were in this particular neighborhood. The streetwalker literally had on those flip flops, those like fuzzy flip flops, right, with the bad bunioned up corn feet, fat, out of shape, skin looked like sandpaper with ink dropped on it, and she had like what did she have in her hair? Her hair was like torn out the frame, right?
It was the classic fried, disheveled, all that fucked up.
And she
shit.
approached the car like that's the kind of woman you wouldn't give a couple of proofs of purchases to for some Cracker Jacks or something. I mean, she was that.
And
busted.
I know she was charging $5. Was that for her head?
Yo, literally, seriously.
We burned $5 worth of gas peeling out of that bitch.
Yeah, first of all, we coated her with smoke from them wheels. So what I think about this woman is, what kind of hard up circumstances was the John going through? Because if you're actually paying any kind of currency that's spendable in this country for this mug, then...
Well, she may have had her wig on when she met him.
Come on, man. She looks like Barry Sanders that got kicked in the face.
Okay, so...
Look at her. I mean,
I'm saying she probably looked better. That's all I'm saying, when he picked her up.
Yeah, it's true. People don't really glamorize themselves for mug shots, and she's doing a straight screw face here.
Yeah, to make you take all your shit off so people can see exactly what you look like in a mug shot.
So, I mean, I'm just going to read a little brief rundown. You know what's going on here. It says, a woman and her daughter described growling and screaming a 911 call from a bizarre genital biting incident at an Orange County hotel room that deputies say led to escort's arrest on an attempted murder charge. Someone is fighting in here. Someone is fighting, like the person is trying to kill the person, the mother tells the dispatcher in the call released today. Her daughter soon takes over the call and described like a man yelling, I don't know who, as her mother describes growling sounds. Stomach growling. The daughter also described female screams in a 911 call, which lasted about 30 minutes. It says, all I knew was there was like someone yelling and you could hear like someone screaming for help. The daughter later explained, I don't even know what was being done to them, and then there was this growling in our hallway. Deputies who called the Crestwood Suites in University Boulevard early Tuesday after receiving calls describing the sounds and as arrest report states. They arrived to find a man covered in a significant amount of blood with numerous bite wounds, the report states. He hospitalized with significant bites to the penis and testicles, the report states, among other injuries. His alleged attacker, Priscilla Vaughn, was nude and had blood around her mouth, which had spread to her face and head, the report states, adding Vaughn's growled and snarled at deputies. The man later told Deputy Vaughn was an escort he'd hired for Monday evening. After dinner, they returned to her hotel room where they drank alcohol and Vaughn used ecstasy, the report states. According to arrest documents, during consensual sex, the escort began to bite his genitals, deputies say. The reports say Vaughn kept the man from leaving and took his phone when he tried to call for help. The Sentinel is not naming the alleged victim because of the sexual nature of the crime. When deputies searched the room later, they said they found a significant amount of blood, knocked over furniture, and strewn belongings, as well as a sex toy that had been damaged by bite marks. This bitch went savage. Vaughn, 29, faces charges of attempted second-degree murder, false imprisonment, and tampering with victims' ability to contact law enforcement. She was jailed without bail. The Llano Sentinel requested an interview with Vaughn at the jail, but officials said she was not eligible. You know what? No. Okay. I know ecstasy has been around a long time from the Limelight days, Studio 54, not Studio 54, the Tunnel, all that stuff, all the Peter Gation's places. And I've never taken it myself. I've known people that have taken it. I've never heard of a response or reaction like this. But this is mixed. They cut that shit with bath salts.
Well, regardless of what they did, I don't understand. If you have one bite on your dick and it cuts through the skin into the
why he didn't
meat.
turn this woman's head into a bowling ball by putting both his fingers into her fucking
saying.
eyes?
How is this bitch even be able to see?
I don't know. She would have looked like a crow attacked her because I would have literally torn her eyes out.
I don't understand.
But then again, you know what? No, we don't know the kind of pain that this man was going through because, I just remember that day, we were playing, and I don't know if you were on the block that time, and we was playing snowball fighting or whatever, and that dirty bastard Jay kicked me in the dick, and I was out for the count. I couldn't do shit.
Okay, but we know that that's different. A blunt force blow to your nuts, yes, is paralyzing. But sharp cuts with teeth?
First of all,
and that's to the dick. You don't get paralyzed when you get hit in the dick. You get paralyzed when you're hitting the balls.
Yeah.
So I just don't understand. And then unless and the whole point about her preventing him from calling for help.
Well, I guess he could have been bleeding.
Right, yeah, well, at that point maybe he was weak with blood.
Bleeding out, crawling, leaving a trail of blood from his split ball sack across the floor.
God.
And then she went crazy. She went feral because she was chewing on the sex toy.
Yeah.
And growling and then running down the hallway like that woman in Blackula and shit.
More horrifying than Dracula. The Black Avenger. Blackula.
Okay. We've read several things years back, and it always says, whenever something, they always trying to, if you believe in this sort of, out of the box thinking, that they divulge certain things in the form of entertainment and so on and so forth to get you indoctrinated to what they feel might happen. The most popular video games now are not the military games or the fighting games. Before it's, shooting zombies. Mm-hmm. They have several time wasting games on the phones, the zombies, World War Z coming out with Brad Pitt, the most popular show on cable television, The Walking Dead, zombies. And oh yeah, that I don't really like the show, but yeah, that's the most popular show on period. I mean that Walking Dead is like they're printing money over there. I mean it's just blowing everything out of the water. And you consider that, and you consider these particular situations where I'm pretty sure if they interviewed this woman, she probably would have no recollection of what happened. It probably triggered something in her brain. And this is what I'm trying to think of. I know there was several films where they did sort of things like that to where they were able to, I mentioned The Island of Dr. Moreau on the show before, and where you could put somebody in a primal state to where they can't even function anymore. And I remember Stephen King, one of his books that are being made into a film called The Cell, in which they sent some kind of pulse through people's cell phones, which activated something in their brain, and they became rabid, cannibalistic zombies. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what the fuck is going on here because, we always say, maybe these things happen in, years past, but, because of, obviously having so many different news outlets and so on and so forth, we probably wasn't privy to it. But no, shit like this would have made regular news all around the country. I mean, someone, like the guy, eating this dude's face off, turning him into the Red Skull. This woman chewing through this guy's meats and all this other kind of stuff like that. I mean, this is stuff that I'm pretty sure is getting national coverage because this is a heinous act. And this woman, she clearly came there to perform her function. She, the toys, they had dinner already. I'm pretty sure if she started chewing on the fucking table, he would have ran out of there.
But then here's the thing, though.
As soon as she got a hit of that shit.
But didn't they both take it?
No, it said she did it. It didn't say anything. It says where they drank alcohol and Vaughn used ecstasy.
Okay.
You see, so maybe, because that's what I've heard about it, that it gives you heightened sexual experiences. Mm-hmm. So she probably thought that she was taking something to make because you figure if she's doing this shit every day, she doesn't really care for these fucking dudes. So
Of
she's
course.
probably got to get something out of it. Now, obviously, she's getting money, but in order to perform like she thinks that this guy's the greatest thing in the world, she
Right.
probably needs to take something to get it. You know, some people use alcohol, whatever. And she probably honestly thought that this was just an extension of her job. Let me take this stuff, get more in the mood for this dude, for this John, you know, and she took some shit that triggered something else in her. Because I've never heard ecstasy doing things like this before.
Yeah, neither have I.
So, I mean, they cut that shit with that bath salt. I mean, what the fuck is this bath salt to where it can do? I'm telling you, it would not surprise me if someone finds out that this bath salt was some kind of like a blacklist, you know, drug that they just put into the marketplace to see what it would do. You know, just to see, because this is way too irregular. I mean, it's disgusting. And then the fact that she, you know, had the presence of mind to stop this dude from even calling the cops because she wasn't finished her meal.
But isn't that more of a...
Now, that sounds like more of a conscious thought.
Right.
You know, but then running down... Well, see, stopping him, we're thinking like, you know, no, you ain't going to handle the phone. No, just jumping on him and biting him and not letting him move is stopping him. You know, and if I'm trying to chew you to pieces and eat you alive, and you're trying to go over there and use the phone, that's stopping somebody. So, it's, you know, I don't think it was like, you know, you ain't getting to that phone, I'm going to finish ripping you to pieces or something like that. And then the goal start running down the hallway, you know, and, you know, all covered in spatter and gore and shit.
Well, all I know is that
That bitch crazy.
you've lost your job, Priscilla. No more escorting for you. We'll be seeing you under the 3 train by New Lots.
Yeah, I mean, fuck no, hell no. People are running this bitch over in a bulldozer.
Hey, if that's how she has to go, that's how
Or
she has
ride
to
by
go.
with a dragster and cut the parachute and just drag this broad down the block or something.
Anyway, we gotta take a break and we'll be right back in a couple of minutes.
We try to